Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 25th of November 2022, and I've got to say, you need to be ashamed of yourselves. I need to be ashamed of myself. We all need to be ashamed of ourselves, and I'll tell you why right now. Frankly, you're not going to believe this, but a group of experts, don't you just detest that category of people these days? But a group of experts have determined that the reason why the numbers of people passing off of this mortal realm, the numbers are way over average at the moment, as you know. They have been for a good 18 to 24 months now. Well, we thought, apparently wrongly according to the so-called experts, that coincided with the rollout of a certain thing. No, I'm afraid we're wrong. According to these people, the real reason for it, the reason why all of these extra people are passing away, and why so many more people are having problems with the organ in here, is because the likes of you and me are stressing them out by saying that a certain thing is no good. We are sort of making people very, very stressed out, and that is what is causing all of these problems that I've just mentioned. So yeah, we need to be ashamed of ourselves, don't we? And honestly, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It really is. And to be honest with you, I take stories like that as a good sign, because that just smacks of desperation, doesn't it? And the reason why is because I think we're getting to a tipping point. There's so many people waking up to the fact that all of these problems, problems with the thing in here, problems with all of the people going off early to the next realm, etc., is linked to the certain thing that we all know about. And the powers that shouldn't be, they can't. It's getting to the stage where they're just not going to be able to stop it. The mainstream media aren't going to be able to stop it, and I just think that they are reaching a point of absolute desperation. So that's just my take on that. But what a ridiculous article. I mean, trying to blame it on the likes of us stressing people out is just unbelievable, isn't it? So kind of linking into that a little bit, I saw an article, Christine Anderson, who is a German MEP. You've probably seen her, no doubt. She's very outspoken against lockdowns and mandates and all of those kind of things. And she was asked recently, in the last few days, I believe, why it was that she didn't have a certain popular treatment. And her reply was the government's determination to make me. And so true, isn't it? That is honestly one of the reasons why I passed up on it as well. Well, there was quite a few other reasons. I was not going to have the thing before that anyway, but all of these people, governments, ministers, celebrities, people of influence, all were just, well, they were just like double glazing salesmen on steroids, weren't they? They were just going absolutely crazy. And if anyone's ever been involved with sales, you know that the cardinal rule of sales is not to come across as desperate. Same kind of goes with dating as well. You don't come across as desperate. Yeah, I really want to get this sale, please buy from me, please. Or I really want to go out with you, please say yes to go out with me. You can't be like that, because it just makes people run a mile in the opposite direction. And there's a well-known sort of thing that you just do not come across as being desperate in that kind of way. And yet the government were so desperate to get the thing into us, weren't they? And if anyone from the government is ever going to watch this, or mainstream media, I doubt it, of course, but if they do, that is one of the main reasons. You were just so overly keen, to the point of desperation, to get the things into the population, and that just sent the alarm bells ringing overtime. So, government overreach and reactions against it is how I'm going to finish up this video. Things are really kicking off in both Brazil and China at the moment. We all know why that's happening in Brazil. The crowds that I've seen on some of the video footage that I've seen is absolutely massive. It kind of makes even the largest shopping trips in London that I attended about 18 months ago, when they were sort of at their peak, pale into insignificance. And there must be literally millions of people out on the streets in Brazil at the moment, and yeah, you just wonder what's going to happen there. Is the current setup going to last for much longer? It's something I want to keep a close eye on. And China, things are kicking off there, especially at the iPhone factory. That seems to be the epicenter of it. And if you don't know this story, basically a lot of Chinese people are sitting down to watch the World Cup along with the rest of the world, and they're seeing all of the crowds in Qatar there in the various stadiums, and none of them are muzzled up. And of course, China is, as you know, have gone absolutely crazy. Zero lurgy policies and all of this kind of thing. No matter how bad you think it is in your country, or was, thank heavens we're not living in China, because they just seem to be going in the opposite direction to the rest of the world, where everybody else is opening up, they're locking down left, right and centre, but people there are seeing these crowds in Qatar, and they are kicking off, quite rightly so, and they seem to be getting the upper hand in some places, at least, sending the lurgy police packing. So some great scenes coming out of China, and really the problem with the Chinese is they have been far too compliant. I think the reason why we here in the UK sort of haven't got barely any restrictions at all now is, well, because so many people stood up and spoke out, went on the various events in London and other parts of the country, and we sent a clear, powerful message to the government that no, we're not going to have it. And I think that's what the Chinese need to do, and it looks like at long last that is what they are actually doing. And boy oh boy, I think the best result we could possibly have from the World Cup is if the Chinese people rose up and caused the collapse of their government and the collapse of the CCP, and that would be a fantastic result. And quite honestly, I would forego England winning the World Cup in return for seeing the collapse of the CCP. So come on, Chinese people, sort of get going with those protests, keep them up, and the rest of the world are watching you. So let's hope some good comes out of that. And I will finish up this little talk with my video yesterday, where I was just showing you a bit of my electrical work. And because it occurred to me, I keep saying in these videos that a sparky, but you haven't actually got any evidence of that, have you? So I thought I'd better actually, for once, show you a bit of my work. Right in the very early days of the channel, we're going back probably over 2 years now, I did do a couple of follow me to work type videos, but that was back when this channel only literally had about a dozen subscribers, so the vast majority of viewers will have never seen me at work. So it seemed to go down well. People enjoyed seeing me just doing a little bit of my electrical work there. So that's kind of why, not that I've got to prove that I'm a sparky, it's not something I'm going to lie about, but it was nice to really have you see, that I really am a real guy who I say I am. And yeah, I just got a kick out of showing you guys a bit of my work. And I was going to finish off the talk with that, but the event down in Burgess Hill, all the tickets are sold out now, which is great. I know a few people watching me will be going there, so if that's you, I'm sure it's going to be a great evening and it'll be fantastic. If you haven't got a ticket, there will be recordings of the speakers, because there are going to be some really good speakers, people like Anna de Bousseray, David Curtin, Heigo Koo, and quite a few others as well. So I think it's going to be a fantastic event, and it will be live streamed as well. I will come back in a video tomorrow with details of the live streaming so that you can tune in and catch that. But if you miss the live stream as well, I will be recording it and getting it up onto my website. So just a heads up there for you. And like I say, if you're going, I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic evening. So that's it for now, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.